Okay, and a 3, and a 2, and a 1. Fandango out. Curtis in. It's Sunset Flip Wrestling Podcast coming to you live on Double C TV, featuring Darren.
Oh God, we're doomed.
And Double C. Wrestling gets you laid. Gotcha. As they take on 5 hours of WWE programming.
I'm pretty sure he fudged it just while he was doing the Hurricane Run. Like, oh God, I don't know how to do this correctly.
Alright. Just after 3:30 in the Pacific Northwest, 3 hours later where you are.
6:30 from here.
Ha. It's time for another arousing round of the Sunset Flip Wrestling Podcast.
With much more penis jokes.
Yay! So, this week was rather interesting.
How so?
It's the fact that Smackdown was actually enjoyable.
Do tell.
I was very surprised. And Raw was all crazy.
Raw was fun.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, Smackdown. Okay, so the show starts out with Miz TV and everyone groans in the least must-see show in WWE history.
Yeah.
With The Miz and his guests at his time, Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane, and Randy Orton. Apparently, Randy Orton has a new t-shirt.
Of course. Even though he does nothing, he's also one of the biggest stars.
Right. And I must say...
Just as good as mine.
Yeah, and the t-shirt does look decent. I'll give him that. Let's see. So, Daniel Bryan, he's all calm. And he apologizes to Kane and Orton about being such a dill hole the last week or so. And saying that he's a weak link and everything. However, Miz, being a douchebag, decides to stir the pot. And makes everything worse. And Daniel Bryan...
he's supposed to be a good guy?
Yeah, and Daniel goes off the deep end once again. And Kane leaving Orton and Daniel Bryan at the scene. So it's like, screw you guys, I'm out of here. And that's a firework. Okay.
I'm shocked. Like, wow, that was...
Kane's fed up. However, Teddy Long appears. He goes, hold up on there, playa. I'm going to set up a tag team match.
Tag team match? Let me guess how this is going to work out.
Okay.
With Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton versus the tag team champions of Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns.
Yep.
I must be psychic.
So we'll have that to look forward to, I guess.
All right.
Okay, so match number 1, we have Chris Jericho versus Curtis Axel. The match that was scheduled to be the main event. Who knew?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it looks like this is going to be a squash match by terms of Jericho winning. Curtis Axel gets out of the walls of Jericho. Paul Heyman on commentary. He gets up on the announcer's table, and does the whole CM Punk, what time is it thing. And his music plays. Everyone marks out. It's like, what? And that's when Curtis Axel rolls up Chris Jericho for the 1, 2, 3.
Once again, this goes into my theory that every wrestler must have ADHD.
Yeah. Which I think is a brilliant move.
What, they all have ADHD?
No, the whole playing Punk's music and everything for the distraction.
Yeah, I know it's supposed to be a really good move, but like I said before, it still feels like the people are idiots because they can't see such a through a veil disguise.
Yeah, but hey, you can do. Oh, what a heel!
Yes, what a heel indeed. He's such a bad guy.
Yeah, and after that, oh yeah, let's see. Afterwards, Chris Jericho is pissed off. Codebreaker. He leaves. Onto Mr. Axel.
Can anybody see to why I'm hesitant about this? Because really, I feel bad for Curtis Axel a little bit. He's not getting his proper dues, if you will. He's still being sidelined like a bitch.
We go backstage with Kane, and he's fed up about everything. He's mad. He's pissed off. He runs into the Ryback. The Ryback goes, "I put your friend through a table. I'm going to put you through a table." Something like that.
So, just being evil for evil's sake, mwahaha.
Yeah. So they're going to have a match. Woo.
Hooray.
Next up, Alberto Del Rio versus Heath Slater and the three-man band. This match never got underway. Because the three-man band decided to gain up and attack Del Rio, and then promptly get buried by Del Rio and Ricardo doing a big splash off the top rope.
You wonder if sometimes some people just can't get a break in this industry.
Yeah. So, however, on the Titantron, it's Dolph Ziggler. He's via satellite. He says, "I'm going to be back Monday because I'm medically cleared, bitches."
Hooray.
Third match.
Go ahead. That actually means we might actually have something interesting happening with the U.S. Heavyweight Championship. Hooray!
Yeah.
Probably not, though.
Third match. Kane versus the Ryback. In a match where Ryback brings in a table and powerbombs Kane through the table. It's a pretty standard Kane match, whatever. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Damien Sandow's mental challenge as he goes one-on-one versus Deep Blue, or a computer screen that we're supposed to think is Deep Blue. Now, what he's going with this is that he is challenging the computer to a game of chess, showing that he can beat the unbeatable chess machine. Yeah. Now,
And that helps wrestling how?
by showing that Damien Sandow is smarter than every other wrestler in the company.
And how does that help with wrestling how?
Because Sheamus comes out. And
Yes, you're very good at chess games. Here's a suggestion, Damien. If we wanted to see chess, we would have tuned into a chess match.
well, it was kind of... It had its funny moments because Damien was arguing with the computer in that computer voice. You know, talking back or something.
I'm still not feeling it.
It wasn't shown. Anyways. So Sheamus comes out and he goes, "I can beat this machine with one move." He thinks about it for 5 minutes and kicks the computer.
That's a very solvable and easy way to... Yeah, that's a good way to win.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be so bad, but I saw the same joke just a month ago on an episode of Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah, right. I think somebody's been watching some Doctor Who, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Well, he is Irish.
So, okay, and then, however, Sandow is very pissed off about this because he just kicked a computer. And Sandow does a beatdown. Sandow looks victorious. For once.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Next up, we go backstage with Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan, and Orton is upset that Daniel is not with Kane, and because he's really hurt with the trainers, because he went through a table. Because we got to remember that Kofi Kingston, he went through 3 tables, and he's out for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And Bryan's having none of it, pissing off Orton, and Orton's all like, "Oh, forget this. Whatever, I'm leaving." Oh.
Pretty much, if it was younger Orton, he would have said, "Fuck this."
Yeah. 4th match of the night, we have Fandango versus Zack Ryder. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Fandango hits a powerbomb counter off of the Rough Rider. However, during what I think was the Broski boot, Fandango gets hit in the head a little bit too hard and suffers a concussion.
So what does this make that? What does that make it? 4 concussions within a nearly one span of a pay-per-view?
We're getting close to that. Yeah. It's not been a good month.
It's not been a good few months. We've been hurting people way too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, next up, we go backstage with Natalya and Caitlyn, and Caitlyn says the secret of Myra will be on Raw, so we can put it into this stupid storyline.
Hooray! Thank God for that.
Main event time. We have The Shield versus Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton. This match was alright. Sneak attack RKO. Excuse me. Let's see. Daniel Bryan accidentally drop kicks Orton in the face. Looks painful. And then Ambrose does a run-in, making a disqualification. And then Bryan takes out the Shield. However, RKO did Daniel Bryan because he's a Viper. Yeah. So that was Smackdown. Give me again. Smackdown was alright this week. Better than most Smackdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, oh, I hear something. I think I hear an indie spot!
Alright.
Time for an indie spot. I am proud to announce new Pacific Northwest Tag Team Champions. What was it? Piper's son. What was his name? Colt Tunes and his tag team partner win the tag team championships from heel shenanigans from another heel team. So that's 2 titles in a row that changed hands through heel... faces win tag... Okay, let me rephrase that. Faces win gold through heel shenanigans from a heel team.
So pretty much they win.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah. Okay, that's it for the indie spot. Woo! Indie spot. Now let's have the madness begin.
Alright, let's have some fun now.
Yes, Raw. The show opens up with Triple H versus Curtis Axel. Haha. And there's a Triple H beatdown and just beating the utter crap out of Axel.
Pretty much just whipping the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm. And then Vince comes out. He goes up to Justin Roberts. He goes, "It's a disqualification." does so. He leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And Triple H comes back, and he's all like, no, we're restarting this match. And he goes, okay, well, we'll restart the match. So they restart the match. Vince wasn't even into the gorilla position again, and he comes back out, turns around. And he goes, okay, this is a forfeit. You can't... Nope, this match is not going to happen. So he goes away. And then Triple H comes back. It's like, no, this is going to be an Iron Man match, 60 minutes, so ha!
Yeah, literally, this is one of the biggest dick measuring contests you will ever see.
Using actually 100% wrestling logic, it's like, oh, well, you're just going to stop the match again. I'm going to do a match that has multiple falls. Ha-ha!
I just figured that it was just him both of them just trying to show off their penises to see which one is the biggest asshole.
Yeah. So then Vince goes, okay, this is over. You're going to need a new mic and a bell. And he takes the ring bell. He took the ring bell.
Yeah, that's pretty much I would do. Knock your shit off. Come on, we've done enough of this. Let's get going. That's my...
Oh, that was just hilarious. I love it.
That's pretty much what I would do.
Yeah. So Axel leaves, Triple H leaves, and backstage he runs into Stephanie, and he's all like, he's pissed off. Stephanie is all like she's like crying in the corner. It's like, no, you're gonna beat him up. Think of the children and that pool party.
Somebody think of the children.
Remember the squirt guns?
Those were fun.
So it's all like, well, you talk to him. I don't care. I'm gonna leave, do stuff. So, okay, second match of the night. And no, I didn't count the first match as 3 different matches. It was 1. Kane versus Dean Ambrose. They start the match without the bell, first of all. And then
Yeah, that was odd.
And then another ref comes and brings in the ring bell midway through the match to a standing ovation. But however, this was a standard Kane match. Shield run in, Daniel Bryan Orton make the save, and it's all like, okay, we've seen this before.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And now we go backstage with Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and Kane. Vicky shows up. It's like, there's gonna be a tag team title match with Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. Ha-ha!
Why? Because we have no fucking clue and we need somebody to fill that middle spot. So, go out there, monkeys.
Yeah. Yeah. This seems interesting. Let's run with this for a while. And then Kane's always like, what? And then Vicky goes, it's okay. You have a U.S. title match. And then Kane goes, okay. And then hugs Vicky.
Does anybody else feel like this got screwed up somehow?
I don't know. It's like the psychotic, demented Kane became, well, the other side of the psychotic, demented Kane.
I was thinking more the fact that wouldn't it make more sense to have Daniel Bryan as the guy that they have wrestling Dean Ambrose for the title, because he'd be alone, he'd do shit alone, and then Kane and Orton would be doing the tag team thing?
No, because they got to do the whole Daniel Bryan Orton thing so Orton can finally turn heel.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Alright, we're using logic.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, third match of the night, The Miz versus Cody Rhodes, who gets a jobber entrance. Poor Cody.
Poor everybody.
Poor everybody. Cody taps. We get word that Fandango is out with a concussion. He did pass his brain tests. However, physical things are still out of whack a little bit, so he's out for at least a week.
I could not give a crap.
So Paul Heyman shows up. He goes like, "Oh, well, it's still going to be a triple threat match because Curtis Axel is going to be in here. So let's do another entrance for Curtis Axel." Woo!
Pretty much, this is... Yeah, he's pretty much there just to be a third wheel, literally.
Yeah. Well, it'd be crazy. It'll be crazy if he ends up winning the IC title.
To be quite honest, it actually might give him a better push.
Yeah. Oh, we get a video package. Mark Henry returns next week.
Hooray.
From having his ball home taken. Yeah.
From just being out.
Yes. Okay, backstage with Vince and Stephanie, and Vince goes, "It's business first." Okay. That's it. And
whatever, I don't care.
Chris Jericho comes out. He goes, "There's only one person out there that can bring the best in me, and that's CM Punk. It's because we both believe in ourselves to be the best in the world."
So pretty much, from what I heard, from how I heard it, it was pretty much saying that we both had a thing going off. He won one.
Well, he didn't. He didn't win one.
He won both. CM Punk won both of them, right?
Yeah.
CM Punk won both of them. He's getting a little retribution.
Right. So, however, Dolph Ziggler interrupts.
Hooray.
He says, "People don't like me that I'm champion, but I've earned it, blah, blah, blah. This is how I return, blah, blah, blah." Chris Jericho also goes, blah, blah, blah.
Pretty much it's just a giant blah.
Yeah.
Me not caring, me not caring. Can we get to the fight? Ooh, I'll fight you. No biggie, Langston will. Oh, I'm so clever.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't be mad at this because it's so... just meh. There's nothing offensive to my tastes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just quiet through most of this. It's just like, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this week.
So we go Chris Jericho versus Big E. And in a match where Del Rio decides to attack Ziggler from behind.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap, shenanigans everywhere.
Yeah, and distracts Big E because that's what faces do. Codebreaker.
Also, that's because, once again, we also bring up the ADHD problem that we have with our wrestlers.
Yep, Jericho wins.
We need to get some Ritalin for these people.
Mm-hmm. Next up, another match. Sin Cara versus Antonio Cesaro. Zeb Coulter is on commentary.
Because apparently Jack Swagger's out as well.
Yeah, with an arm injury. And...
It has not been a good week.
No, it hasn't. So it's pretty much solidified that Zeb Coulter doesn't like Mexicans.
Yeah.
Because the Swiss guy didn't sneak across the border. Yeah.
Moving on. This is just being uncomfortable at this point.
And it's going to get worse because this is one of those planting the seed sort of things.
Which makes no logical sense. Why the fuck would Antonio Cesaro put up with this shit?
I don't know. But apparently they're going to get together.
That makes no sense.
And it's going to be a legal immigration versus Mexican... yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, however...
Can we just keep away from immigration things for a while.
How about hamburgers? Let's talk about hamburgers. Backstage, we have Vicky Guerrero and Brad Maddox, and Vicky eats a hamburger with lots of bacon on it, because Carl's Jr. is having a burger with lots of bacon on it.
Enough to give King a heart attack again.
Yes. I know.
And once again, I have to quote myself on this one. Stop giving King bacon!
I mean, you give him one of those thick burgers, or it's a $6 burger over here. Those things will kill ya.
Even if you don't have heart problems.
You just feel all sorts of wrong after eating one of those things.
Ugh. People are just disgusting.
So Vince interrupts Vicky's gorging. And is like, well, you can't. What are you going to do? Vicky goes, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maddox goes, let's put the Lumberjacks in the face-to-face segment for the main event's protection. Vince goes, oh, that's a good idea.
I don't get it either. I'm guessing that's a good idea.
I think it's just like a way to get everyone on TV.
I think it's literally just to sell the lumberjack part of the match.
Yeah, because we've gone through a lot of tables, and Ryback's been riding in that ambulance for a month.
So why not? We gotta force the lumberjack part.
Yeah. So up next we have Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. And a not very awkward match.
Yeah. This was not a pretty match.
You can tell that Roman Reigns is not exactly all that,
He's the powerhouse of the team for a reason.
Experienced. He's not all that experienced.
The dude's big, but like I said, it's pretty much what his problem's going to be. He's going to be the big guy, and he's going to be awkward as all hell.
Mm-hmm. There's a no contest to this match because Daniel Bryan decided to do a suicide dive. Take out both Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns.
You think that would be a disqualification on their part?
I wrote that down. But no, it's a no contest. Right. However, next match of the night, Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins.
Oh yes, Rollins is 10 times better.
Ah yes, and Rollins can actually adapt to Daniel Bryan's style, as much as Daniel Bryan can adapt to Seth Rollins' style. So we got two adaptive wrestlers going at each other with surfboards.
Oh, that was amazing to see that.
Yeah, the Dragon surfboard. I never thought
that was awesome. That was awesome to see.
I never thought that I would see that. Oh, so many submissions. Oh, God, yes.
We were just gorging on these things.
Like if it was a $6 burger from Carl's Jr.
I wouldn't even touch that stuff, man. Get the runs afterwards.
Yeah, I know you. So, this match was fantastic. Definitely match of the year material. The crowd loved it. Even though that this was probably one of the most dead or dying crowds we've had all year.
Yeah, this crowd did not give a shit.
Yeah, however, they did for this match.
Because they were being entertained.
Yeah. So, I can't say much about this match because it was just so awesome.
Yeah. It's literally, you gotta just watch this match. You'll be happy.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan wins with a roll-up.
Very nice roll-up as well.
Yeah. It was awesome. So, I got that out. Now, got that. We now move on to Caitlin's Secret Admirer.
Pretty much, I turned off my brain at this point. Literally, for me, it seemed I just had a skip in between this where I was just looking at the Twitter reports about the new stuff that I saw from E3.
Yeah. So we find out it's Big E Langston. I was hoping for Goldust.
Well, we all can't get what we want.
Yeah. So, however, it's all a ruse. It drops AJ. No, AJ comes out and whatever. I can't tell who's who anymore.
Yeah, AJ comes out, goes on this speech about how men have been using her, which makes no sense when you think about it, but then again, I'm pretty sure we're just going with the fact that AJ is just going to act like a crazy person.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a plot. And eventually gets to be a cat fight, which it should have been like 30 seconds into AJ's speech.
Yeah, at this point, I just don't give a shit.
So
I don't care.
So, cat fight, they get separated or whatever. I don't know. Commercial break.
No, I don't care. Let's move on to at least the ending of this.
Main event time. Damian Sandow versus R-Truth in a match sponsored by Carl's Jr. Hardy's.
Once again, we put in front, and guess who's in front of it?
The King.
Like, stop it! Stop it! For the love of God, you people are morons!
And then, of course, Michael Cole confuses Sonic milkshakes with milkshakes from Hardy's.
Well, could you blame them? They stuff enough milkshakes in your face. Sooner or later, you're gonna forget all of them.
Yeah. So, this match was pretty much to show that Damian Sandow has a new finisher. It's a silencer. It's an STO-like maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So pretty much he's going into the submission maneuvers is what you're saying.
The STO is a slam.
Oh, crap. Yeah. I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always a fan of the STO. I think it's a great maneuver.
As anybody could tell, I just wasn't paying attention.
Oh. Now we go backstage with the meeting. Stephanie sets up a meeting and we go back to commercial break. It's the meeting! Triple H and Vince, they argue. And then they switch positions and argue again.
You know, I'm just was wondering which one was going to start shouting rabbit season, duck season first.
It was like that, yes.
Because I was just waiting for that to happen.
And then Stephanie is all like, okay, we figured this out, hug it out. And they go, I don't want to hug him. And
I'm a guy. That's a thing that you girls do with your woman parts.
And then Triple H goes, what? You don't think you can hug me? It's like, he's going, oh no, it's...
I just don't. Just one of the most awkward things you ever seen in your life.
But this was important because this also, put forward the whole giving away power to Triple H more and more.
Yeah, this was pretty much showing more and more that Triple H is becoming like the big dog now. Like Sean Connery said in that great classic Taking Forrester or whatever it's called. Yes, you're the man now, dog.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I did it just because I like doing that stupid voice.
Alright, now we have our final segment of the night. John Cena and the Ryback face to face with Lumberjacks. We get to see William Regal.
Hey, it's great to see William Regal.
Yeah. He gets a payday for a main event segment.
Good for William Regal.
So, John Cena starts in the ring and he goes, okay, let's do this. And then Ryback, out of his ambulance, goes to the stage instead.
And pretty much my reaction was the same as Cena's. Wasn't this supposed to be a face-to-face?
Yeah, it's like, the segment's in the ring. Don't you read your script?
Yeah.
And Ryback.
Then Ryback just goes on a bitch fit.
Yeah. And then they start trying to overtalk each other, which I think is probably at the meat of this whole feud. It's like,
yeah,
they're not supposed to like each other, and that's what happens when you do that.
Pretty much from what... It's just frustration at both ends that John Cena thinks that Ryback should be able to stand on his own because he's a freaking big boy. Doesn't need our help. But Ryback says, you should have helped me out. And we're caught in the middle.
Saying, you guys are both right.
You guys are technically both right. God damn it, you actually made good suggestions. I don't know which one of you to pick. Usually it's the heel because they're the most right.
Yeah, how about you just have your title match and be done with it already?
And then they attack each other.
Yay! Lumberjacks help.
And the Lumberjacks split them up just to show, oh man, this is serious.
Yeah. Because we can't forget about that first stage that everyone's going to forget because they're looking forward to the table part.
I think more people are looking forward to the ambulance part.
That too. Because we know that it's going to go to the third fall.
We all know it's going to go to the third fall. It always goes to the third fall.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So, we'll have title matches. Yay!
So, what is your suspicion? What is the layout for Payback?
Well, okay. So, let's start at the U.S. title, which is Kane versus Dean Ambrose.
Ambrose retains.
Ambrose, yeah. IC title, Barrett, Miz, Curtis.
Give it to Curtis because that will give him a good push.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things that say, well, we got this situation, let's run with it.
Let's run with it, and actually let's give this guy a chance.
Yeah. It's not like the IC title's worth anything anymore.
Yeah. And we got a good thing going with this guy if we can keep it up. Or at least give him a push to make him look tougher.
Mm-hmm.
Because for God's sakes, he's a joke right now.
Women's title match.
Don't give a shit.
Okay. Let's see, what else? Tag title match. Shield retains?
Shield retains. It's going to be a great match, and they're probably going to retain. I suspect that it's going to be a few weeks a little before, and the only person I think that's going to lose the title is the U.S. title is Dean Ambrose losing the title to Daniel Bryan. Mm-hmm. That actually makes logical sense for the next pay-per-view.
Yeah. World Heavyweight title match, Ziggler, Alberto Del Rio.
I'd say Ziggler because that just seems like the thing to do.
Yeah. WWE title match, 3 false Cena. Oh, and Best in the World versus Best in the World.
The audience.
Yes. I concur.
Who wins? Everybody wins.
Yeah, everybody's going to win that match because it will be awesome. So.
Oh, I love me sometimes.
So. that's what's going to happen next week, because we will have the SmackDown leading up to it. We'll have full results of the Payback pay-per-view and the aftermath afterwards.
I'm excited. How about you?
Yeah, I'm excited, and you guys should be excited for the next episode of the Sunset Flip Wrestling Podcast.
I'm not really excited.